Today I got for you guys all of the conversational quotes between the playable characters on the Shattered Veil. Now keep in mind there's also conversations that are for solo, and I've already uploaded that video, and in fact I have a playlist of every single conversational quotes throughout all of Black Ops 6 Zombies so far that it will be linked on screen right now for you guys to check out, and not only check out the solo ones for the Shattered Veil, but maybe even go back to previous maps. But regardless, this did take a lot of time and effort, and I would very much appreciate it if you guys showed any sort of support that you guys can. Whether that's dropping a like, subscribe, bells, or any of that great stuff would be very much appreciated. But with that said, let's not waste any more time and get into these conversational quotes.
Maxis could manipulate the Dark Ether, but what if her mind can't handle her resurrection? What if she snaps and lashes out with all that power?
Yeah, it's crossed my mind. But I never met anyone as mentally tough as her. Just have faith. When this is over, you know I won't be going back to the CIA. Once fucked, twice shy.
Well, there's plenty of jobs for you in the private sector. Corporate spy, hitman, soldier of fortune. You and Ravnov could partner up. Moscow Mercs LLC, yeah?
When I first enlisted, I bled red, white, and blue. The way only an immigrant can. PFC Weaver wouldn't recognize the jaded wreck I've become.
Well, I'd follow that wreck through the gates of hell. In fact, I already have. I've been thinking, if we survive, we should all get matching tattoos.
Of what? Team Max's? The Sentinel artifact? A can of Juggernog? No. I got it. A mermaid with a ray gun. Maya will love that. Sam's really had our backs ever since Terminus. Maybe basing her program on Max's guaranteed she'd be good.
I don't know if that's something you can encode, but I sure like the sound of it.
There's more to this house than meets the eye. It must be part of Project Janus for a reason.
Dimensional weak spot? Ethereum deposits? Maybe the director just has a thing for colonial spookhouse architecture. I wasn't sure what to make of her at first, but we never would have gotten this far without the computer lady.
True, though I keep feeling like Sam's not giving us the whole story.
A Ruski snake eater, a Nazi mad scientist, a machine that thinks it's alive and will peck. Hell of a pickup team to save the world.
You march with the army you've got. And Strauss is not a fucking Nazi. Just ask him. When we dropped at the LZ, you couldn't get out of that bird fast enough.
Can you blame me? That helo reeks of moldy socks and Strauss's dentures. I'll take my chances with the stench of death down here. Yeah. Glad I used to teach close quarters battle. This shit is wired into my muscle memory.
I hope your muscles remember who keeps saving your ass.
So, you and Ravenov are old mates? Where the hell did you find him?
Max has found him, in Soviet Special Forces. They were cut from the same pig-headed cloth. He's got some rough edges, but I trust him with all our lives. That poor fucking town we flew over probably threw a parade when Project Janus moved in.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a real shot in the arm for all the local shops. Now it's just a shot in the head. Been meaning to ask, what the fuck is actually in Russian dressing?
Regional differences vary, but mayonnaise is a base, chili sauce, horseradish, paprika, white onion, salt. Add relish, and you're venturing into Thousand Island territory.
You know, before I met you lot, I generally avoided causing casualties.
Look at it this way. You're just restoring the dead to their natural state. So is West Virginia everything you imagined?
I imagine anywhere I go with you is crawling with aggro corpses, so yeah, it's pretty much on point.
The previous owners of this house made a habit of going missing. I bet they're still on the grounds, bricked into the walls and such.
I don't care, long as we don't end up next to them. You and Maxis were thick as thieves, but you didn't talk much about her in lockup.
Mac, you kept me going. But she was my inspiration. I never met a woman like her, who saw something special in me too. Gotta say, I've taken a shine to Maya. I mean, you might not invite her to a church picnic, but...
Uh-huh. Behind all the F-bombs and the swagger, that girl's a keeper. How long you give it till Raptor 1 pitches Strauss out of the chopper?
The Xville odd couple. No, I think we're witnessing the birth of an epic bromance. Feels like we're close to finally settling up with Richtofen, assuming he's alive.
Oh, I'd lay money on it. Cockroaches ain't got nothing on him.
Why is West Virginia its own state? Did it really piss off Virginia or something?
Maybe Virginia kicked it out of the flat for not paying rent and using up all the toothpaste. Kidding. No one brushes here. I've noticed Raptor 1 acting nervous around you lately. Something happened?
He was talking about a woman he chucked him out of a bar in my neck of the woods. Turns out it was my mom. Small world, Liz. Filled with blokes who can't hold their drink. You seem pretty uptight, but I bet you had a wild side when you were my age.
Well, I did get drunk one night and freed all the rhesus monkeys from the biolab. It took the janitor weeks to recover from monkeypox.
So, was Strauss always mad as a shithouse rat? Or did he just get that way in prison?
You should have seen him at Requiem. People say genius a lot. He's the real deal.
Won't be long till we get your mate back. You, really ready for that?
I think I am. Once you meet Maxis, you'll understand why I'm willing to risk it.
Project Janus is a private company. I don't get why your government just left this unsupervised.
2 words. Plausible deniability. Now they can say none of this is their fault. You and Ravenov got pretty chummy on the ride over here.
Sometimes I think I'm just drawn to broken people. That would explain why I took Peck under my wing. But don't tell anyone. I got a bad rep to protect.
I'm a little surprised you haven't asked if the Sentinel artifact could bring your brother back.
Yeah, with my luck, it'd turn out like the monkey's paw. Of course, if Maxis comes back good as new, I might change my mind about that. If we catch your old boss here, you gonna kill him? I know Weaver would.
I'd rather see him rot in jail. Hard to get reinstated if I flat out murder him. Not that I'm ruling it out. I say, Miss Aguinaldo, will you be checking out or extending your stay with us?
I'll take a late checkout. Once I burn the place to the ground. Now how about a foot rub, Jeeves?